Hello everybody, welcome back. This is part 2 of the FTL mod tutorial series. We're going to start off by just quickly recapping on everything in this episode. I'm assuming you've done everything in the first episode, and we're actually just going to jump right into this. This is going to be a bit of a shorter episode because I just want to cover only a handful of things so it doesn't overwhelm everybody. So you've learned the room creation tool, you've learned the door creation tool, because that's how you make the doors and the rooms in this. And you've learned station placement, because that is how you, that's the little pink bars and the little screens, that's what it does. Now we're going to move to weapon mount creation tool. Now, a lot of people are overwhelmed by this during their first time. It is incredibly simple. Let's begin. Now, do you see this follows my cursor? It's because this is where I'm going to put the weapon. I can put it just about anywhere, but for most people who want to make a nice looking ship, they'll usually put it somewhere around the front or wherever you want it around the ship. You can place it just by simply clicking and it'll make a weapon for you. And you can easily undo it just by going edit, undo. Now what we're going to do is, as you can see, there's a yellow arrow pointing up. That means when the weapon is powered on in-game, it will move in that direction. And this little icon that's right next to the yellow arrow, that looks similar to one of the weapons in the game, is just a placeholder icon. It's not going to look like that. In fact, it won't even appear in the game. This will be invisible. You won't see any of this. But this is just telling the game where the guns will appear once they're either installed or bought in-game. So it is possible to have no weapons on your ship. I've actually personally made a ship without any guns on it. However, I do recommend you have at least 1 to 2 weapon slots. Even if you don't want weapons on your ship, I highly recommend you do it because it may actually crash your game. So, if let's say you want your guns to move forward, you can simply go to the left over here, where under weapon mount creation tool, there is follow hull. We're just going to ignore that. There's rotated and mirrored. It's relatively self-explanatory. Rotate is where it is rotated. As you can see, what used to be pointing up is now pointing right. And then mirrored is where it mirror images the position. So let's say we want it to go forward. We simply just go over here to power up direction and make it go right, because it is heading right this way. So we're going to place it, tuck it slightly under the ship, as when it's powered up in game it moves in the direction. So you see it's a Artemis missile that has been placed right here. Now let's say I want another gun right here on the other side, but I want it to be mirror imaged to this. We simply just click mirrored, and then it'll be mirrored, and you can place it. And there you go, and you can continue to do this. You can mirror, rotate, and change where it's going to power up. Left, down, maybe you want it to go down, right, etc., etc. So that's about it. That's just weapon placement. This has been part 2. I've made it very short and simple just so you're not overwhelmed and you can jump straight into this. Thank you for watching, and in the next episode we'll cover something new.